The hardest thing in the world that I had to do, I had to go rewatch season one, which I think is atrocious. Then I had to go into this. That was a struggle, man. A real struggle. Outer Banks season 2 is about John B. and Sarah going on the run after they conveniently crash your boat, and it's just the two of them. Meanwhile, on the mainland, their friends have to go help them out and clear their names before they get back home. So, Outer Banks season 1, I'm gonna just be real with you. It's atrocious. It's one of the worst TV shows I've ever seen in a long time, except episode 4, because episode 4 was written and directed by Stephen S. Knight, who also wrote Smallville, an episode of Supernatural, or a few episodes of Supernatural, and Pacific Rim Uprising, as well as, if you didn't know, he worked on Daredevil. He was the writer of Daredevil. And so, how did I feel about this season going into it? The first 6 episodes, I think, are pretty good. It's still pretty stupid towards... They still have the stupid things like SBI? SBI? They couldn't afford FBI? Not... What? And, like, there are so many plot holes and things that don't make sense, and it's kind of irritating, and I kind of screamed. And then the freaking 7 episodes on hit. Holy flying... Excuse my French right there, but that... It turned into a hilariosity series, man. Like, it... First of all, you ruined the characters of John B. and Sarah. The only good characters. Like, I was beginning to like the other characters as the series went on, and then I started hating them again. But I despise the fact they ruined the 2 best characters in the show. There's a scene in the show that best describes it, and it pretty much, the show, pretty much, the characters don't know what they're doing. Like, for a minute, Sarah's like, no, don't fight! And she's the one who started the fight. It's like, what? What? And then, on top of that, you also have bloody... The worst thing a TV show can do. The worst thing a TV show can do is introduce a new threat and a new story in the middle of the series. That's what this did. That's my main issue with the new season of Flash. It did that a lot. Like, there's a new threat. Oh, let's spin a giant story arc. The reason why Clone Wars did that so well is because it's the same threat over and over. Okay, we gotta get to this planet. Okay, we gotta stop the Separatists from taking over. They had story arcs. This isn't a story arc. It's sloppily edited, and it feels like it should have ended at episode 6. That's where the series should have ended. But no, instead, we have an Indiana Jones rip-off storyline. Yes, there's a golden cross that is magical, and you go on an Indiana Jones freaking story rip-off. They even say it. Oh, it belongs in a museum. I was screaming. Holy crap. This... Ah! That's all. Ah! This is... why do people like this show? I don't understand it. Am I missing something? Is there something I'm missing? And there's a character who's supposed to end up in jail, yet he doesn't end up in jail. And they introduce another villain. What? the stupidest. Sorry. Just getting a bit frustrated, but this, man, at first I thought it was going to be a decent season. And then you go and turn that all around in the last 3 episodes when it could have been a 6-episode arc. Look at Transformers Kingdom. 24 minutes long, and they completed it in 6 episodes. 6 episodes! You couldn't tell me they couldn't have done 6 episodes. Instead, they rip off Riverdale this time, and Indiana Jones, and Stranger Things, because one of the characters, Top, tries to have a story arc, and I don't even know what they were doing with him, because Top, the bloody man, 1 second starts punching the crap out of him. 1 minute he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Oh, we're cool. It's like, are you trying to rip off Stranger Things, Steven's arc? Then, the funniest irony is, I love how people yell at Riverdale for getting too involved with magic and all that stupid stuff when it's clearly DC. If you read a DC comics, that's what DC is. Oh, look, I have a DC comic, a great story called by Vertigo called Hellblaze. John Constantine that stars Lucifer. Yes, Lucifer is from this, and stars one of the characters from Riverdale. Betty's in this. Yeah, Betty is in this comic. Yet you yell at the show for being more magical. Yet when freaking Outer Banks, a realistic type show, goes magical, you don't critique that? What is wrong? I'm gonna set this off to the side because overall, guys, before I go on a tangent, this season seemed promising. The first 6 episodes were really good. Stephen S. Tonight actually wrote the episodes, which I looked into, he did, and I'm happy. It's like, okay, we ran out of budget. Oh yeah, let's throw in a fake alligator attack that should have chopped someone's leg off, yet it doesn't. Hilariosity! I'm telling you, it's that bad, man. It gets that horrible. Overall, man, this series just irks my soul, man, to a brimming point that frustrates me. They could have ended it at 6 episodes and left there been a big cliffhanger with a certain thing exploding and them introducing a new villain, and then the next season they introduce magic and all that stuff. Not in the same season as you guys are wrapping up another arc. That's not how you do that. That's not good show writing. Good show writing is letting the arc flourish and having its moment. Again, Transformers Kingdom. 6 episodes long. And they completed their arc. They stick to one arc after another so they can let it flourish. But they don't do that. And it irritates my soul when a TV show does that. And it gets to a point where it's hilariosity and bad Michael to movie review material. And it's just laugh out loud so bad it's good. But overall, giving Outer Banks Season 2 a C-. Yeah, I hope Season 3 gets a lot better because the ending, at least, was pretty promising that it seems like they're doing a Castaway type of thing, and I hope they stick with that because it's when they're out of the Outer Banks, the show is really good. But when they're in the Outer Banks, it's atrocious. It's like, okay, well, we have only a day shoot here. Let's get this on the road. But yeah, this series is, just worst thing I've seen all 2021 by far. But that's all for this time. Punch out, like button, face like boss. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.